everybody, welcome back to Flaming Llama Crafts. My name is Kat, and this is the first ever knitting/crochet podcast on YouTube that I've ever done. So that's really exciting. Today we'll go through some finished objects, some whips, and some acquisitions. And since it's the first ever one, we're just going to go through everything from this year so far. So this is 2025, and I'm really excited to get into it. Let's go. Okay, hi everybody. I wanted to give you guys a quick introduction before we actually get started with all of the cool podcast related stuff, especially since this is the first podcast that I've done ever on YouTube. So my name's Kat, and I started Flaming Llama Crafts because I'm pretty sure that my family's getting really annoyed with hearing about all things knitting, crochet, fiber arts, and I really needed an outlet with other people who are also in the knitting, crochet, embroidery, fiber art space that would be fun to chat with, and I wanted to be able to have a conversation. So that's why I started this channel. My goal is to get you guys a fiber arts related podcast every 2 weeks or so, and also some travel vlogs along the way. The next one that I have planned is one in Houston, so that'll be fun. We'll go through a few, not all of them, but a few of the yarn stores in Houston. And then if we do have any acquisitions, then we'll go ahead and go through them. Today's pod is going to be a very basic podcast where we'll just go through all of the regular stuff. And then maybe at the end, we'll have a separate chat about something fiber arts related. So let's get started. Thanks for joining. Okay, so starting off, we're going to start with some finished objects. So like I said before, this is covering all of 2025 since this is the first podcast. So like the next ones will go into stuff that I've done since this one. So hopefully I'll have some finished objects, but honestly, I'm a really slow crocheter, or sorry, I'm a really slow knitter. I'm actually a pretty fast crocheter, not as fast as like the people you see on TikTok that are just like, you know, crazy. I wish I could do that, but I can't. I think my wrist would actually die. But like more power to them. Seriously, not a talking down on them by any means. Like I wish I had that power, but my wrist does not want to have that power. But I am a pretty slow knitter, so we'll see if that ends up happening. And you'll see with the whips that I have, like where I'm at and what the possibilities are there for a 2-week period. But let's start with some finished objects. So first, I'm going to go through the self-drafted ones. This is a bucket hat that I made out of some scrap yarn that I had. This is a self-drafted bucket hat, and it is made in Big Twist Favorite Cotton in these sprinkles. I don't remember what the actual color is, but it's like a pinkish lavender, like, I don't know if y'all can see. It's like not wanting to focus. Okay, well, it's really cute. And then it also, I ran out of the yarn, so I decided that I was going to go ahead and add like a blue trim to it. I actually did this on a trip to Albuquerque because my husband was going to go on a work trip and I had some time off, and I was like, you know what? Sounds like a good time. I'll check out some of the yarn stores. I did not buy this in Albuquerque, or the yarn in Albuquerque. I just kind of grabbed it from my stash and then just went on with it. But yeah, so this is my little bucket hat. I haven't actually worn it yet. It is a bit big, as you can see. Like I really should have done a gauge swatch when I crocheted this, but I really was very much like, you know what? I'm kind of bored. I don't really want to go anywhere. I don't want to drive. I want to stay in the hotel room. Let me just knock this out. So I knocked this out in I think it was like 3 hours or so. And it was a ton of fun. It is basically just double crochet in round the whole way. And I think the ends have, I don't even know what I did on the ends now that I think about it. I'm like looking at it and I don't even know. I'm pretty sure I just did double crochet all around, truthfully. But yeah, I really like this hat. I wish I'd made it a little smaller, like I said, but it is really cute and it is really soft, which is awesome and really nice. Oh, and this blue is also Big Twist Favorite Cotton. I'm pretty sure I still have some of the skein somewhere. Oh, yep. Yeah, so this skein right here, This is it. It's not wanting to focus. Okay, there we go. This is the skein that I used. So this is still in my stash. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't want to focus again. Okay, there we go. Back to more finished objects. The other is, this is actually the first thing I ever crocheted. This is, and so by the way, I started crocheting a few years ago, but I never actually finished any objects because I got very much into the ADHD, like hyperfixation. Like I got really interested in doing all the things, but then I didn't actually learn really quickly and I got really frustrated and I was like, you know what, crochet's not for me. But I ended up rediscovering it last year and I just fell in love. But this is the, after doing a bunch of like swatches and trying to learn all the stitches, this is the first ever thing that I ever finished. So even though I have a few quote unquote years of experience, this is the first ever finished object. So this is done in Lily Sugar and Cream and some sort of multicolor. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is not in my stash anymore, but this is just a regular like ribbed beanie. I'm pretty sure this is like half double crochet all across and like alternating rows. It's in like back loop only with a decrease at the top of like 5 stitches that are not a decrease but like a change, I guess, single crochet so that it makes the top. And it is, honestly, I really like it. I really liked the color. I went with cotton because I watched a video on YouTube that told me that I should, if I was like first learning how to crochet, I should do cotton instead of acrylic. I don't remember who that creator was. If I find the video, I will put them down here. And if I don't, I'll just put LOL, I didn't find them. But yeah, so this is my first ever beanie. I finished it at the beginning of the year, I think like a week in, and it was so much fun. And I will tell you right now, it is not warm at all. I don't know why I decided that a beanie was going to be the thing that I wanted to make. And I don't know why I decided, oh, I could just self-draft this. This is so easy. I could just do it myself. It took me forever because I had to frog this like 3 different times. But I will say it is really cute and it's like comfy-ish, but it does get really scratchy. I don't know if you guys have worked with Lily Sugar and Cream in the past, but my experience with Lily Sugar and Cream is that it can be really scratchy. It really is more of like a dishcloth cotton, at least in my opinion, and that is very much come through with this. My cat is moving my cord. Apollo. I have 3 cats and a dog, but only one of the cats is in here today because he is really interested in looking out the window, that window that you guys can't see, that's off screen. But there's some birds in our tree out front and he is like in love with the birds. Anyway, very cute, very proud of it. Don't really wear it because it is really scratchy. But I learned my lesson, and for the next finished object, I did the exact same beanie, except I did it in, oh, well, here's some gloves. Those are not actually crochet gloves. They're just like regular, I think they're, I don't know what brand these are. I cut off the tag because I don't like tags. So they're just these like winter gloves that I bought. But I learned my lesson, and this is made in, I don't remember, but it is 100% wool. And this is so soft and it smells incredible and it is pink and I love pink and I love it. This looks so much better, honestly, construction wise than my other one. And the only thing is that I don't know why, but I didn't, I made this a bit too long. So whenever I put it on, this happens. So I end up having to like really have this huge border here, which I think it's fine. Like truthfully, it doesn't bother me, but I know it bothers some people, and it is the exact same construction. It's the exact same self-drafted pattern. I literally wrote it down after I frogged it like a million times, and yeah, it's super cute and I love it. And I barely ever wear it nowadays, obviously, because we're in summer, but like I barely ever wore it because I finished it, I think, at the beginning of February after I figured out what was going on with the other one. Um, and yeah, I honestly am really looking forward to wearing this a lot more this winter, or like the 3 days we get of winter here in San Antonio. But it is really pretty and I really love it. I've made a couple more of these, one for my sister, and one for my brother-in-law, who I basically just consider my brother. Um, so I'll probably just refer to him as my brother. And they both really like them. So, and they're really, really soft on both of them. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, I feel like this was Cascade 100% wool, but I don't remember what color it was or like what line it was, but I'm 90% sure this was Cascade because I love Cascade. Um, but yeah. So next finished object I also did on our Albuquerque trip, and this is the, I'm actually gonna have to check my notes because I don't remember the number. It is a granny square stitch bag. It's pattern number 10837 off of Seardar's website. So it is just a bag. I made this in Love Full by Seardar. So that's 100% recycled wool. This took me basically the whole car ride back from Albuquerque, which is about 12 hours or so. The longest part was honestly taking breaks in between because my wrists were like killing me toward the end. And actually, I totally lied. This took me a little bit more because I actually worked on this at a stitching get together that a few friends of mine had, and we just kind of got together and talked and just worked on our projects together and watched some true crime, which is honestly, it's one of my highlights of the month every time. But yeah, this is really cute. I haven't lined it yet. I really should. A couple of things that I wish I had done, honestly, is that these were supposed to be, these straps were supposed to be, I believe, woven, like sewn together, and I sewed one and I was like, this is not gonna last, so I ended up single crocheting them together. I wish I hadn't done that because now they really stretch. So I have blocked this and it still, like, it didn't come out with blocking, so I don't know. I honestly would use this a lot more if it didn't stretch out so much. So I'm not sure how to fix that. I don't know if having a liner would fix that. But if any of you wonderful crocheters would like to give me some advice on how to potentially make it not so, what's it called, stretchy, that would be awesome. But I also think that I probably chose the wrong yarn to use on this. I really should have used a more like a t-shirt yarn or something a bit sturdier, and not 100% recycled wool. Even though this was a dream to work with for a bag, it was a bit splitty at first. This is DK weight, but I did have a good time after I got used to like how to handle it. But I really like it, and it's like slightly tweedy. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like little specks of, I don't think you guys can see. Let me see if, oh, there we go. There's like little specks of like red and orange, and I think there's even some like pink in there. So it's a little tweedy. I think the actual thing is like Loveful Recycled Tweed or something like that, but it is really nice. There we go. Oh, that whole thing just moved it. Anyway, it is really nice and I really love it. And that is it for my finished objects. So that's really not that much. I definitely have had more whips than anything else. Oh, actually, I'm missing a finished object, which is a blanket, a granny square blanket that I made, that I should go grab. Let me go grab that. I forgot that I did that. Okay, so I'm back. Apparently I forgot like everything that I made this year because I did get really into amigurumi in like late February to early March and April, and I made a ton, and I gave most of them, if not all of them, away. So that's a little sad. If I have any photos, I'll put them right here. But most, if not all of them, were made with Big Twist Baby Bear or Big Twist Posh. I think only one of them was made with like Loops and Threads Skinny Chenille. which is probably going to be the gummy bears, because I got really into making gummy bears. Or if not, they will have been made with the Sirdar chenille, which actually I have some of it here. Yeah. So with this Sirdar Happy chenille. Ah, nope. Focus on this. Yeah, there it goes. This is going to be a learning curve, y'all. So like with these, which by the way are super soft and super fun to work with. And I have found that they don't, if you have to frog like a magic circle or something, they don't tend to shed as much as some of the other ones. Like I had some shedding issues with Big Twist Baby Bear, but Sirdar Happy Chenille does not, or I didn't have that, at least with this. And I love it. So anyway, going back to some other finished objects, this is my lap blanket. I did make one other one of these in some, I think it was Bernat Perfect Phasing. And I gave that to my old boss when I left my last job. And this is it. This is essentially, the pattern is, I decide how big the granny square is. And I love it. This is perfect for like the chilly days, for knitting or crocheting while watching a movie. It's really great and I love it. My cat also loves it and needs on it all the time. And I'm happy to report that he has not, he hasn't pulled any stitches. He hasn't pulled any threads. He hasn't ripped anything. My dog has also laid on this, and she is not as fond of this one as the other one that I'm about to show you. But she really finds it comfy. So that's kind of cool. The other one is going to be the Granny Square, the Daisy Granny Square blanket by All About Amy or Amy. I saw this pattern on TikTok when I first started learning how to crochet, and I was like, I have to make that. I have to make that. So I ended up spending a good chunk of like 3 weeks. This is when I started to get really fast because it was so repetitive and just like, it was really good. Honestly, okay, side note, as a beginner, if you're ever like, well, or I guess to my beginners, if you're ever wanting to learn how to crochet faster or like just practice your skills, granny square blankets, 100%. At least for me, that was life-changing when it came to like magic circles. This specific one, magic circles, and being able to like weave in ends well and have something that was really cute. Perfect. So this is the infamous, in my household, the Daisy Granny Square blanket. All About Ami has it in white, or like the daisies are in white. I chose pink. This is made with Lion Brand's Hue and Me, and I love it. This is the yarn that was suggested in the pattern, so I went ahead and I just grabbed that one at Joann's while they were, or actually before they announced they were shutting down. So that's how long ago I grabbed that. I did make one modification. The outside of it is supposed to be much thicker. I decided that I didn't want it to be that thick. I thought that in the photos it looked a bit too much, so I ended up not doing that. And there's also supposed to be the weaving in of ends here, or not weaving in, like sewing it together. I will say if I do this one again, which I am actually doing this one again, but in the baby blanket version, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit, I think I'm going to single crochet them together because, and I'll tell you why, the mattress stitch, wait, no, it wasn't the mattress stitch. It was mattress stitch. I think it was just a regular like sewing it together. But honestly, I don't remember. It is not as sturdy as I wish it was, and maybe I did it wrong, which is very possible because I was very much a beginner when I did this, but maybe I did it wrong. There's like a little thread coming through. That's for my cat. But every time that I put this somewhere, I notice that they're like spreading more and more and more. And I'm not worried about it unraveling because there's honestly like, one, I still have some of this yarn. So if it does unravel, I can fix it. But two, it's like, it's weird because it's only like spreading in certain areas and not in others. So I don't know why but if it ever becomes an issue, then I guess I'll fix it. But I really, really love this blanket. I've slept with it. It's so warm. It's so comfy. It's so soft. My cats also love this blanket. This is Lily's favorite blanket. That's my dog, who at some point will make an appearance. Although I think she made an appearance last vlog. I don't remember. But yeah, this is one of my favorite things that I've ever made. And I love this so much actually that I'm making the baby blanket for a friend of mine. And I also have yarn to make the cardigan version of this, and I am thrilled. Seriously, so excited. So that is it for my finished objects. So let's move on to whips. Okay, so I said I was done with finished objects. I forgot one. This is my first ever knitted object. This is my Sophie scarf, and it is made in Seardar's recycled tweed, just like that bag is, and I love it. I honestly, I think I'm gonna make another one in a different color though, because this is pretty scratchy for being recycled wool. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna go with something different with the next one that I go with. I do have a Sophie shawl on my list of upcoming on my queue, but I will probably, once I get to the point where like, okay, I have some time and my queue is starting to get a little bit lower, I'll probably go back and do another Sophie scarf, just not in this yarn because this is pretty scratchy. But yeah, okay, now we're actually done with finished objects. Let's move on to whips. Okay, so we'll start off with the one crochet whip that I have. I only have one, and that is the baby blanket that I was talking to you guys about. And it is the same one, the same pattern that I have from the other blankets, the daisy one by All About Ami, except it's the smaller version with worsted yarn. So this is the little granny squares. You have to make 56 of these, I believe. So I'm probably about halfway in doing these. If I really like only worked on this for the next few days, I would finish it, except your girl is not just gonna work on this for the next few days. It is pretty repetitive, so it is a really good like mindless crochet, which is nice because like of course granny square is mindless, but that will get done hopefully soon. Thankfully my friend is not due for another few months, so this should be done way before she's due, and I'm really excited about it because it looks really cute already, and I love it, and I love that pattern, and I really hope she loves it too. But that is my only crochet whip. The rest are all gonna be knitting. So this is my first whip, and this is the basic cotton tee by Cleome Smith Knits on Etsy. This is like a basic raglan construction, and it has rolled what's it called, rolled edges, so I'm not super like, what's it called, far into it. I'm making the size XL, and so far hopefully these like stitch stoppers don't come out when I put this on. So yeah, so I'm not really that far into it. You will notice that I pulled some threads here. This is made in Baracco's Modern Cotton, and the one complaint I have about this, because I really love this yarn, it is really soft, and I know that once I'm done I'm going to be wearing this shirt a lot, hopefully, as long as it fits and it blocks out well. My one complaint is that this yarn is splitty. So I was fresh off of the Sophie scarf because I'm still a pretty beginner knitter, and I was trying, this did not work, to not pull as many threads, and I pulled so many threads. And I mean, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. If I was making this for somebody, I would go back and I would frog it and I would start again because of the amount of pulled threads that I have. I'm making this for myself, and quite frankly, I think they're just going to become a design, what's it called? A design feature, a feature, because I'm ain't nobody got time for that. Like, I refuse to go back and, like, knowing how long this took me, I refuse to go back and fix something, fix these, like this one is like 6 rows in. I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah, this is like 6 rows in. Oh, it's not wanting to focus. There it goes. Like, I'm not gonna go back and fix that, but it has been a really fun knit. I'm hoping it probably won't be done by the next time that I see y'all, but I'm hoping that it'll be done before September. But we'll see. By the way, I love these Della Q bags. I bought these at my local, one of my local yarn stores. I bought it at Yarnivore, and you can thread the yarn through one of these gaps, and it keeps everything in. It's so great. I love it. I have a bunch of these now because I went a little crazy when I realized that I really love these, and I bought a bunch of them. Thankfully, they weren't super expensive. They were kind of expensive for a project bag, but thankfully they weren't super expensive. Okay, so next whip is definitely not going to be done by next time. These are my y'all don't laugh at me. These are my tulip socks, or not tulip socks, petal drop socks by Florence Miller, or Handmade by Florence. This is my first foray into trying to make a sock. I have had to frog this like 6 times because I keep messing up, or I keep forgetting what stitch is next. So I really have to work on that. I truly have no idea how I'm gonna work on that. So if anybody has any tips, I would appreciate them, because as a beginner knitter with ADHD, I don't know. Also, this Della Q bag has Yarnivore's one of their mascots on it, and it's so cute. I love it. Okay, and my last whip is for the Knit ATX summer make along, and it is this June top that I'm really excited about. This I'm hoping to have done by the next time that I see you. Hopefully. I have kind of been working on this almost exclusively because I'm so excited to have it, to finish it. And this one doesn't have as many pulled threads as the other one, or as the t-shirt that I'm working on that will not be done by next time. And I'm so proud of that, y'all, like seriously. But I'm pretty sure that it's because of the yarn. So this is made with Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino, held double. And this is the June top by Petite Knit. This is with one skein down. I am making the size 3X. So this is looking a bit big. I did do a gauge swatch, I promise. And I ended up having to go up a needle size, but I love it. It's so cute. And I love this color, so hopefully this will be done by then. Right now I'm on Stockinette Island. So yeah, but I'm really excited about this one. I really love this pattern, and I cannot say like how many times I'm thrilled about potentially being able to wear this like soon-ish. Also, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of like peer pressure because Knit ATX does this wonderful thing where they put everybody in their make along in a group on Instagram, and everybody's been sharing their finished objects, and I'm over here like, I finished this skein. Like I know that I'm a really slow knitter, and I'm also a beginner, but like it's just a little bit of FOMO. Like, some people are already on their second pattern, or their second project for a make along, and I'm just like, I'm so jealous. One of the girls who I've made like semi friends, acquaintances of, has already finished hers, and I'm just like, oh, and it's so cute, y'all. I wish I could show it to y'all, but it's so cute. I like love it. But yeah, that's all of my whips so far. So let's move on to acquisitions. Okay, so there are a couple things that I'm going to leave out. So if you watched the last video, the Austin Little Yarn Shop vlog, I did have a pretty big haul, or at least big for me, because I try not to like do huge amounts of purchasing, at least not like in one go, because I get I get pretty sticker shocked, especially in like little yarn shops that I know the yarn is going to be more expensive because it's better quality or because it's different construction or it's different fibers, and or it's hand dyed, and I really love them, and I can get a little crazy. So that's not normal for me at all. And reminder, that's not normal for me, at least, at all. And this is a whole year. So this is not just like, I bought this last week, that's crazy. I will not go through that yarn again. Although I do have some yarn to go through, but I won't have that one specifically. So with that being said, I'm gonna go through everything from this year. So nobody go like, oh my gosh, you spent like $1,000. I did not. This is like the whole year. I didn't just do this in a week. So with that being said, the first thing that I have to show y'all is this insane deal that I got. Okay, so I got this off Facebook Marketplace, and I was looking for knitting needles for like an interchangeable knitting needle set. And I was basically like, this was back when I was like a really, really, really baby beginner. I had not even started the Sophie scarf that I showed you guys that I like did not do well on. And I was like, you know what? I keep hearing on YouTube and on forums and on Reddit and from other friends who knit that the best investment for me, if I really, really do like it, is to do a interchangeable needle set. And I did not follow the advice that so many wise people did here that I'm about to give also. But I was like, I don't need to do that. And the advice is to try out a fixed circular from any brand that you're considering, and to use that on a project and see if you like it. And then at the end, when you're done with that project, decide whether or not you like it, and then go from there. I did not do that because I was like, I need one now. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. But I was going through Facebook Marketplace, and I found this lady in a town next to San Antonio who had this Liga set for sale, and it was $40. 40. I was gonna jump at it. So this is the set. This is the Lika Indigo interchangeable needle set. This is my first interchangeable needle set. My first, yeah. And I love it. These needles that are right here are actually currently on the bandana whip. So they're not in here, but look at how pretty. I don't remember, I think this is bamboo. I don't remember what wood this is, but I love it. And it also has a little like Velcro here so that you can stand it up, which is really nice. This bag is super cute, and it has a pouch right here where you can hold all of your cords, and then your stoppers at the end, and they give you 8, which is really cool. And then, okay. And it also has a little pouch in the back where you can put something else in. I don't have anything in there right now, but yeah, it's really awesome. I will say, I actually really love this set for specific things. Once I started knitting for a while, I realized that I'm a really tight knitter. That's probably partly because I'm a beginner, but also partly because I am also a tight crocheter. I guess I'm just tight. I'm tight, yo. That was cringe. Sorry about that. That was really cringe. So I realized I actually was at one of my local yarn shops, Yarnivore, which by the way, I love. And if you've never been to San Antonio or you've never been to Yarnivore and you go, you are like in town or you live here, please go to Yarnivore. It is so nice. We have 2 shops here in town, Unraveled and Yarnivore. My shop of choice is Yarnivore, literally just because it's closer. Unraveled is amazing also, and I love, 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 love them. They're so nice also. I just go to Yarnivore more because it's a little bit closer to me. Like, Yarnivore is 40 minutes away from my house. Unraveled is almost an hour. So it's like a no-brainer for me, that a girly that doesn't even like to drive. But going back to what I was saying, I went in to get some help, and I was like trying to figure out what I was doing wrong on the I-cord edge because it looked like I dropped a stitch, but it wasn't. It was just a construction. I just didn't know any better because I had no idea. So I didn't know what I didn't know. And the person who was helping me there, I'm just going to name drop them, Han. Love them. They're amazing. Seriously, one of my favorite people at Yarnivore. Looked at me and was like, you're having some issues with your tension because I can see you're struggling because it's tight. Are you a tight crocheter? And I was like, yes, I am a tight crocheter. And I recognize that. And that's why I have the hooks that I have. And they were like, hey, have you used metal? And I kind of looked at them sideways and I was like, no, because I'm a beginner and I was told like wood only for beginners because it has natural drag and it has, it's just better for you as a beginner and you get to like learn a little bit easier without your stitches falling off. And they were like, yeah, normally I would agree with that. Let's just try something. And they went into the back and they grabbed some fixed circulars and they lent them to me and said, hey, just give it a shot while you're here and see how it works. And I fell in love. I don't remember what size like cord, fixed cord it was, but they were Chaogus. And I'd like seen on TikTok that people were like, oh my gosh, the prices of the Chaogus are gonna go up because tariffs, and that's gonna I'm gonna get a Chaogus set right now and I've never used metal before. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that like ever because I can't use metal because I'm a beginner. I went back on that so fast, y'all. So I looked at the price of the interchangeable set and I got sticker shock. And I was like, absolutely not. That is so expensive. I cannot do that. That's way too much. I'm just going to go with fixed circulars. So I got a fixed circular for that specific project, or actually for the Sophie scarf, and I finished it so much faster. I still got frustrated toward the end, but I finished it so much faster. Like it was so much easier to knit. I wasn't dropping any stitches because I only think I've ever dropped like 1 or 2 stitches like ever, which is kind of insane, but it's probably because I'm a tight knitter. Maybe, I don't know. Feel free to correct me, please. It's okay. I won't be offended, I promise. But I saw it, I grabbed those and I was like, this is amazing. So then I went, and for my next project, which was the oh my gosh, the basic organic tee, the basic cotton tee by Cleome Smith Knits. I think it's Cleome. I have actually no idea. So if anybody knows what the actual pronunciation is, drop it below because I really want to pronounce their name correctly. But I bought a set of, a fixed circular needle for that one. And I was like, you know what, this is so much easier. Maybe it's just worth the splurge. So I went back and forth. I talked to a couple of friends. I looked at a couple of forums and I was like, you know what? It's steep. It's expensive. I looked at Yarnivore to see if they had any. They were out. I looked at Unraveled. They were also out of the ones that I had or that I wanted because I wanted the 5-inch and not the 4-inch. I don't know why. I just was like, oh, 5 sounds great. I don't really want the 4. I have no idea why. Don't ask me. I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, maybe they're not meant for me because I can't find them locally. Knit ATX had some, but I wasn't going to go to Austin for a while. And I was like, no, I kind of do want these now because I know at some point I'm going to have to switch out the cord because the project is going to get bigger. And I would much rather just have the interchangeables available so that it's a set and I'm just adding to the set if I have to buy a cord and I'm not, buying a whole other circular, fixed circular needle. And what if they don't have it? I was going through like a million different things in my head. And finally, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to buy it online. So I did. I went to Will & Co., so Will & Company, their website, and I went and I bought it. And this is it. This is my favorite thing in the world. I love it so much. I did not realize how fast, relatively, okay, because I'm not a very fast knitter at all, but how fast I could knit with these. Like when I tell you I was slow, slow. And now I feel like I'm still slow, but I'm at least more at a regular speed than I was before. So these, love them. I love them so much. This is the full, there's things that are about to fall out. Yep. Oh, did y'all see that? Yeah. That's my long cord. So right now my 4.5s are in a, actually they're on my June top. Actually have 2 of those because I ended up casting on the June top and realizing that I wasn't gonna like go back and forth, so I ended up buying another one of those tips. But yeah, this is my set. It does come with these, well, this one I bought separately, and actually I need to take the tip off of that, but it does come with cables for the small size, which are the ones on this side, and then for the large size, which are the ones on this side. It is a set from 2.75 to 10 millimeters, so that's US 2 through US 15. And I really like that it's so versatile. I will say I have not used any of the ones on the large side, but I have used some of the ones on the small side for like swatches and just like trying to learn certain things like color work and how to do different stitches and how to just, because I like swatching to try to figure out like how to do things before I start a project so that I'm not having to like Google or YouTube the things as I'm going. But yeah, definitely a fave. Love it. So after I bought this, I was like, you know what? I'm moving jobs. I have a little bit of extra money. I'm going to see what the small size set is and how much it is and if they even have it available. So because I wanted to learn how to make socks, and I was like, okay, I can go ahead and I can just get the minis. So I did. And this is my mini set. It's my shorty set. I love this also. I will say I currently have Hayas on the pedal drop, not the pedal drop socks. I'm gonna mess that up. The oh my gosh, now I don't remember what they're called. On the socks that I'm making, the Florence Miller pattern, the Handmade by Florence ones. Maybe they are pedal drop. I will put the name right here because I don't remember. But I ended up using those because they didn't have a longer cord available for the Chaogus when I went to go look at them, and I was like, you know what, they do have the Hayas. I'm just gonna go ahead and try those out. So they're Haya Sharps. I have gone through 2 because one of them, Apollo, my lovely cat who was in here earlier, decided to chew through the cord. So I ended up having to buy another one, and I actually ended up having to buy a backup to that one because he tried to chew through the second cord, so that's fun. But the backup that I bought was Chaogu. They just still didn't have the length of the cord, or even like a connector that would give me the length. And I only have, I believe it comes with 2 connectors, but it's still not going to give me the length that I need, or at least the length that I would like to have to be able to do magic loop correctly. So yeah, I haven't, outside of swatching, I haven't actually used those yet, and I'm really sad about that, but I will at some point. And then the only other acquisition that I have that is mine that I personally bought was this book, Patty Lyon's Knitting Bag of Tricks. I actually saw this at Knit ATX and I was like, oh, this is so cool. So I kind of just like leafed through it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so complete. This is so perfect. I went to try to check it out from the library and they didn't have it. And it was on sale, I believe, on Amazon. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. I think it was like $12 on Amazon or something. Maybe it was like 16, I don't remember. But it was definitely much less than the price back here, which was $22.99. So I bought it. I've learned a lot from this book, so definitely recommend if you guys haven't checked this out. It is really good. I also, by the way, not sponsored at all, but I just really love this book. So yeah, so in keeping with acquisitions, I'm gonna be super transparent real fast. The next acquisitions are technically not mine. I did not buy them. They were gifts. My brother-in-law, but I mean, he's my brother. So my brother went on a road trip and he got me some yarn from a bunch of different places, and I'm really, seriously, really thankful, because there is some stuff that I'm gonna make for him or for my father-in-law from what he got me, because he got me a lot. But I'm really excited and I'm really thrilled. So that's what these next ones are gonna be. So starting off is this book, Victorian House Cats to Knit. Okay, isn't this, you can see my ring light, that's so funny. Isn't this the cutest thing? And then when you go through it, it's literally just different cats, like different knitted cats. And I'm just like in love. I love it so much. I haven't done any of these yet, but I like, look at the cat. He's just like laying there. Apollo does this all the time. So does Aria, which is one of my other cats, and I love them. And I'm so excited to see this and to like just do a bunch of these. This will probably end up being more of like a fall kind of thing for me. But isn't it so cute? I'm like in love with this book. It is by Sarah Elizabeth Kellner. And it is so cute. I think he got this in Duluth, Minnesota, at one of the or at the yarn shop there. But I may get that wrong. And I will tell you guys right now, I'm not going to tell you where he got all of this yarn, because, and not because I'm gatekeeping, literally, I don't remember. He told me, I don't remember. So this big bag of yarn. And I'm gonna start off with, oh my goodness. So, okay, well, first of all, this big bag, not all of the yarn came from here, but I guess I can shout them out. Yarn Harbor in Duluth is the one that grabbed this bag, or gave him this bag, and this is where he put all the yarn. So I guess he must have bought a good chunk of it there. So let's get started. So first of all, I'm gonna have to retake this, because when I was setting up for this video, Lily went in to the bag, that's my dog, and she grabbed this. Thankfully I noticed before she got too far in, but I'm gonna recake this. But there's two of these, so I will just grab the other one and show you. This is Chopo's Zelabal Crazy, and it is in the shade, I don't know. It is in the shade, I don't know. And I cannot find, it's made in Germany. It's virgin wool of Patagonia. It's certified origin, but it does not tell me. Okay, so it is 75% superwash, 25% polyamide. So it's, oh, okay. So 75% virgin wool and 25% nylon is what it says. So 75% superwash, 25% polyamide is what I'm going to go with. It looks like this is a DK weight, a light DK weight, maybe a sport weight. And it's super cute. I really love these colors. My father-in-law would like a scarf made out of these two balls. I think I have enough for a scarf, or at least a mini scarf. So he will be getting that at some point this year. Next, we have this moonspun wool. This is 90% merino, superwash merino, 40 or 10% linen. This is fingering weight, and there is two of these. And my brother would like a beanie made out of this, so he will get that soon. I'm thinking what I'll probably do is I'm gonna go ahead and finish the June top, and then finish the tee, crossing fingers, and then I'll start on this, so that when it's done he's able to use it almost immediately, because we get like 2 weeks of winter. I'm exaggerating, but we really don't get much winter down here. So he'll be using it, you know, to hopefully enough, but like also sparingly. The next we have is the Fiber Co's Cumbria. This is worsted weight, 90% wool, 10% mohair. There is only one skein of this, but my father-in-law would like a beanie, so thankfully, the beanies that I showed you guys earlier in my finished objects, that pattern literally uses 100 grams. So it's a 1 skein pattern, and it should use this all crocheted up completely. So that's awesome. Love that. So that's what we'll go with. And he'll get that sometime soon. Then we have this Lavender Loon Yarn Company yarn. It comes with 2. Oh, it's like not wanting to focus. Okay, there we go. This is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's DK weight. This is actually a sock set, so this will end up being some socks once I figure out how to make socks, which is fun. And that will probably be one of the like social knits that I have, but I'm really excited for that. Then we have this Nordic Yarn Echo Cashmere. This is 50% recycled cashmere and 50% virgin cashmere. There's 2 of these balls, and they are, I believe, worsted weight. It looks like it. It looks like it's worsted weight, so I'm going to assume it's worsted. It might be DK. No, I'm pretty sure it's worsted. But I mean, it doesn't say. Whoops. Wait, no, it doesn't say. So I have 2 balls of this. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make with this, but I really do love that it's already like wound into a ball. So that is awesome. Really excited for that. And here's the other one. Oh, that was upside down. There it is. The next one is this Pearls and Pines Yarn Co. Peach Blush. This is DK weight. This is actually hand dyed in Bemidji. And this is 100% superwash yarn, or superwash merino yarn. And it does actually have a warning in the back that says that some colors might bleed, so to add a splash of vinegar. So that's kind of nice of them to let me know. But I don't know what I'm going to make with this. This is just super cute. I just have no clue. So we'll see. I'm not sure. Then we have this Lavender Loon Yarn Company flannel color. It's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% recycled nylon, and this is DK weight. Please, okay, there we go. DK weight. Oh, it doesn't want to. Hello. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, isn't this color super pretty? It's like, it's actually picking up on camera pretty well. It's like a burnt orange type, like, but it's almost brown instead of burnt orange. But yeah, so there's 2 skeins of this. Not sure what I'll make with it yet, but it is really, really, really pretty. I will say he has great taste because all of these are really gorgeous. Here's another Pearls and Pines. This is the Pride 2024 colorway. It's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And it is also fingering weight. I don't know what I'm going to make with this either, but it is really pretty. I may end up going with a socks with these, because it does have nylon in it, so could be a pretty good sock yarn. Okay, this is Blue Sky Fibers wool stock, and this is in their Cranberry Compote colorway. So it is super cute. Love, love, love it. It is really pretty, and there's 2 of these. Not sure what I'll make with them, but it is really, really pretty. And that is, wait, it is 100% fine Highland wool, and it's a 50-gram skein. Very, very pretty. Okay, this is Keenan hand-dyed yarns. This is hand-dyed in Rudyard, Michigan. Just kidding. That's embarrassing. I was like, what is it? Michigan. My bad. Sorry, Michigan. This is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So good sock yarn. It's actually sock yarn. And it is so pretty. Look at the colors. Oh, if it goes. Okay, there it goes. So pretty. So pretty. And there is 1 skein of that. This is Up North Yarns. This is dyed in Michigan. And this is the Funkadelic. Oh, okay, there we go. Funkadelic. It's 85% merino wool and 15% nylon fingering weight, and it is 100-gram skein. And then we have another Up North. Actually, these are the same color. Just kidding. So there's 2 of these. They looked a little bit different, but no, they're the same. Very cute. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna make with these either. So if y'all have like suggestions for patterns, drop them down because I'm gonna need that. And then these are so funny. So my full, like actual full name, I mean everybody calls me Kat, but my actual full name is Katya, and these are Concept by Katya. There's actually 2 of these. These are this is 100% cotton, and it's a really pretty pink color. I love it. And then there's more Concept by Katya, and this is their cotton cashmere. So this is 90% cotton, 10% cashmere. Okay, focus. There it goes. Okay, nope. There it goes. I don't know why it keeps trying to focus on like a skein that I have back there. I don't even know what it is, but it keeps trying to focus on that one back there. So yeah, and that is everything that he brought back from his road trip in up north, which is really cool. So that is it for acquisitions. And that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed having this chat with you. Hopefully next time there will be a little bit more finished objects of things that I'm actually working on. So we'll see. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this, please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. But otherwise, follow me on Instagram and let's get connected. See you.